Alright, so today we're going to learn how to solve using elimination, and to do so, to use elimination, you have to multiply. We've learned how to substitute, and then you learned how to use elimination by adding and subtracting. Now you're going to use both of those to learn how to eliminate using multiplication. So what I need to do, which it's the same steps as elimination using addition and subtraction, right? Except for one thing, and that's where you're going to be multiplying by a number to get these to be equal. So first thing I'm going to do is I want to decide which one do I want to get rid of. Do I want to get rid of x or do I want to get rid of y? Which one do you want to get rid of? Let's go with y. Okay, and it's just because. Well, I'll explain why here in a minute, but let's get rid of y. So I'm going to take this whole thing, and I'm going to times it by -2. Because I want the y's to cancel. And the only way for me to get 6y to cancel with 3y is to times 3y by -2. So when I do that, which just means I take everything times -2, so here I'm going to get -4x and -6y, and that's going to equal +10 because everything's been multiplied by -2. So that I've changed the bottom one to where now I can eliminate by just adding the top one and the bottom one. 5x plus -4x. What do you get? 5x minus 4x. 1x or x. When you add 6y and -6y, what happens? You get rid of y. And then you do -8 plus 10. You should get 2. Which this is nice because this is just 1x or x, so x equals 2. You don't have to do anything else. What I do is I take that and I plug it into one of these. It doesn't matter which. I like to just plug it in the top one. So I take 5 times 2 plus 6y, make it equal -8, and solve for y. So this is 10. So I'm going to subtract 10 to both sides. 6y is equal to -18. Divide by 6. Y is equal to -3. So there's my ordered pair. Here's the solution. Here's where these lines cross. It's at 2, -3. So to solve this, what I did is I just multiplied one of the equations, which sometimes you have to multiply them both. And if I had tried to get rid of x, you would have had to multiply both of them, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, because sometimes you have to. But here I multiplied this by -2, which allows me to make a variable that's going to eliminate itself, where I can get rid of it. Any questions how to do that? Alright, write this down. So what I do is I'm looking for something that I can eliminate, which here, it doesn't matter which one you want to get, which variable you want to get rid of, you only have to multiply one of the equations. So which one you want to get rid of, R or Q? Alright, let's get rid of R. What would I times R by to get rid of it? -3. If you wanted to, you could have times this one by -2 to get rid of Q, but this one's fine. So I take -3. Well, I'm going to rewrite the top one. And then I'm going to rewrite the bottom by timesing everything by -3. So 3 times -3 is -9. -3 times 2 is -6. And -3 times -4 is +12. So then I just add these up. Those cancel. Q minus 6Q is what? -5Q. And then 13 plus 12 is 25. Divide by -5. Q is equal to -5. So now I take that and I plug that in here, this is the nice one to work with because Q is already by itself. So I've got 9R minus 5 is equal to 13. I add 5 to both sides. 9r is equal to 18. So r must be equal to 2. So your ordered pair there is 2, negative 5. Here, there's no clear-cut favorite on what we want to eliminate because no matter which one I pick, I'm going to have to multiply both equations by numbers to get them where they eliminate themselves. Now, I mean, sometimes there's clear-cut, that's a whole lot easier to get rid of. But you also have to pay attention. I don't think they don't do it on your homework. They usually just say, what is the solution, meaning what's both of them. But sometimes on tests, what it'll just say, what is the y value? But then it'll make y the easy one to eliminate. So you have to solve for x and then plug that in and solve for y. Right? And instead of doing that, you can use multiplication to eliminate the x, so you don't have to do another step. But it's up to you. But also, be aware of what they might be asking for. If they're not asking for a certain variable, then you can just pick which one you want to get rid of. Richard, which one you want to get rid of, x or y?
Let's go with 8.
Okay, what do you think I need to times the top one by?
3.
Okay, good. Times the top one by 3. What should I multiply the bottom one by to get rid of x?
Negative 3. I mean negative 4.
Negative 4, good. Now you don't, the thing is the book always has you multiply by a negative number, but I could times by 4 at the bottom and then subtract them, and isn't that going to do the exact same thing? Yes, so you can, because it just says it wants you to times by a negative number, so you add, but you don't have to do that. But no, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get the same numbers. So the top one is by 3 and top one by bottom one is by negative 4, so this should be 12x plus 6y is equal to 24. And on bottom it should be negative 12x minus 12y is equal to negative 36. Is that right? Is that what you guys got? Now we just add them. X's cancel. 6 minus 12 is negative 6y. 24 minus 36, is negative 12. Divide by negative 6. Y is 2. And then plug it into the original equation. Don't ever plug it into one you multiply by. Plug it into an original. I would plug it. It doesn't matter where. I usually go with the top unless one's just clearly easier. So now we've got 4x plus 2 times 2, which is 4. That's equal to 8. So we subtract 4 to both sides. You get 4x is equal to 4. Divide by 4. X is equal to 1. So there's your ordered pair. 1, 2. So I look at a problem like this. It doesn't matter if I want to get rid of x or want to get rid of y. Savannah, which one do you want to get rid of? All right, so what I need to do is I need to find what can I make y to be able to get rid of it. And I don't want huge numbers. The easiest thing to do is to just times by the opposite numbers. Right? Which just means I times this one by 5 and this one by 3. Because that's going to give me both 15. And what's nice is that I don't have to times by negative because this one already is negative. So this one's by 5, this one's by 3. That gives me 25x minus 15y is equal to 30. That gives me 6x plus 15y is equal to negative 30. And I just add those up. So now I just add 25x plus 6x gives you 31x. The y's would cancel. And that gives you 30 minus 30 is 0. So divide by 31. X equals 0. Now plug it in. I'm just going to go right there. So that gives me 5y is equal to negative 10. Divide by 5. Y is equal to negative 2. So there's my ordered pair. 0, negative 2. You could have went with eliminating x, you would have found that y was equal to -2. And when you plug that in, you would have found that x was equal to 0. So it doesn't matter which one you get rid of, as long as you do all the operations correctly. Here's your homework assignment.